The judicial review, this is the next topic I want to bring up. This is very important as well. So while the consultations have been, I would say, moving the ball down the field, there is a fundamental disagreement between RxMD and the PMPRB on this, on an important issue. This is in regards to all patentees must report, and Canada is part of the calculation of the average price, any and all benefits and rebates, including rebate payments to third parties. So the example of a benefit could be a compassionate use program. We would have to report all of that to them, and any listing agreements one company may have with one province. Even, who knows, we don't know how far this goes. What if you have an agreement with a hospital, one hospital? All this could go into the average price. So we're very concerned about this. So a bunch of the member companies, we were one of them at Novartis, applied to the federal court. So given the court process, the PMPRB requested they suspended reporting until next year. They wanted to start reporting this year, which was very much concerning to us. So they suspended this until next year, and we'll know more in the coming months where we stand here with the judicial review. So we'll stay tuned on this one. So this is clearly pending. And then PMPRB before the House of Commons. And when it almost takes a couple of times to read this to fully appreciate it, because I step back and, in my position of going to my boss and asking for these staggering numbers is amazing in today's times. So they were asking for a 76% increase in budget. I'm sure most of you just did the same thing, right? Hey, I need 76% more in my budget, right? And by the way, give me 50% more people at the same time, right? Everyone's going through this. So the committee asked why. The compliance rate is so high by the member companies or by the manufacturers at 98%. Why do you need more budget? So quick response was, hey, there's more. We have more work to do. Is pretty much their reply, and they got their budget. So amazing. I wish it was that simple for me. So here's the reality, and I think I really like to deal in facts, and this is right from the PMPRB, okay? So the reality is, from their own 2007 annual report, we maintained a 98% compliance rate. So the companies are compliant. In 2007, the average price declined by 0.1%, while the CPI was up 2.1%. The inflation has exceeded the average price increase since 1988, and then a number of products introduced over time has been constant over time. So you've got an industry that's very compliant with the PMPRB guidelines already, and one has to wonder why. There's been a lot of investigations, and those of you that may have anything to do with these investigations, they consume a tremendous amount of time at the manufacturer level of trying to justify what may have happened 10 years ago. And this is how far back some of these investigations go. So they're very time consuming, but there's been no justification. And at the end of these investigations, we're 98% compliant, okay? So the PMPRB has still not provided an adequate policy explanation for a change to their guidelines. So we're saying this has been going on 20 years. Maybe we need a really fundamental rewrite of PMPRB. So you look at their budget in 2003, 2004, $5.2 million, staff of 44 employees. So the budget's increased twofold, and about 50% more employees, just like everybody in the room, I'm sure, right? So you think, why is this? So this is the reality, that we're compliant, and they're probably overstepping their mandate a little bit. So that's the reality of where we are with the PMPRB. So stay tuned. As I mentioned, there's some critical dates and critical communications coming up in the coming months, because this game is not over, and we're not quite sure what all the new guidelines will look like. But rest assured that at the board level of RxMD, we're taking this extremely seriously. As I mentioned, it's probably one of the most strategic issues we've got in front of us right now. So thank you very much for your attention. I appreciate it, and have a wonderful day.